Hey folks, welcome back to Project Motor Racing. We're randomly restarting the channel with Project Motor Racing because this is the game that I've been enjoying playing the most lately. The car has had a respray. Somehow managed to respray the car with it still being completely wrecked. They're very clever folks. Let's just give it a repair. Not a cheap repair. I've been playing this game a lot over the last 2 and a bit weeks. Went on holiday for a week. Last week in my real life was an utter shit show. Apologies if you don't like swearing. It warrants it. I'm not going to go into the details. If you're on Patreon, you know some of the details. If you're not, oh well. But yeah, some of the time that I was away, I've spent doing things like learning how to create liveries. Thank you, Ola Halador, for your videos on doing such things. It really helped. We'll chat about some of the other fun things that I've learned to do in this game. I have been having a lot of fun with this game, not just playing it. So I'm also drinking and eating some food. Apologies if that annoys you or not. I'm away in a hotel at the moment, so yeah. Anyway, let's get stuck in. I'm calling this season 1 still, even though the game says it's season 2. For me, a single event of 2 races didn't really constitute enough to be a season, so we'll go with it. So we are on a track that I actually know now. While I was away, I decided to play, and I thought, actually, I'm going to learn the next track that I've got to race. And that spiraled into me doing quite a bit of racing in the game. Sorry, just kicked the chair that the microphone is attached to. It spiraled into me doing quite a bit of racing in the game, particularly on the next few tracks that you're going to see in this championship series. I'm not sure how you want to define it. So and I found myself really enjoying these tracks. So yeah, I'm just going to tweak the car setup a little bit. We don't need anywhere near this much fuel. We can actually run less for the race. Now, I've stopped playing completely in cockpit view, and I kind of like this on bonnet cam. If you don't like that suspension of disbelief, well, yep. It's how I'm enjoying playing the game at the moment, so that's how we're playing the game at the moment. I'm still playing on controller 1 because I'm traveling and I'm in a hotel and you can't really lug a steering wheel around with you. So, and B, I have got the wheel. I have got the wheel set up. I've had a steering wheel for ages, but not really convenient to use all the time with how I do stuff. But I have brought myself a play seat, which sounds really dodgy, but is actually something that you can use to set up a steering wheel. We're doing practice, yeah, that's fine. We'll do a little bit of practice and we'll jump into qualifying. And I've been using it a little bit, but I've not really got it set up properly because it arrived just before I went on holiday and didn't really have a chance to use it before I went away. And since we got back from holiday, life's been shit. So, yeah. But I've been, while I was away, I was playing on controller a reasonable amount. And I think I've got a bit better. So, you can be the judge of that. Now, there is the compounding factor that racing while talking is harder than just racing. So I'm going to go with that. It's definitely a thing. So yeah, I've done a video since I've been back. I did a little video for Patreon before I came away to the hotel, primarily because I had to do some stuff with my PC. And I wanted to test that everything was reset up okay. So, yeah. But, anyway. Project Motor Racing has had yet more controversy. I'm not going to spend loads of time talking about it because we'll talk about... Well, I'm not going to talk about that. in a bit, but seems Straight 4 Studios have laid off a bunch of their staff shortly after releasing the game because the game release didn't go great. So yeah, it's a little bit disappointing because that maybe doesn't bode well for its future development. But anywho, let's just chuck in this last hot lap. Not too bad, not great, but anyway, let's jump back into the pits. I just need to move the mic a little bit because I think I'm a little bit hot on the mic volume. That's better. And let's just check our fuel usage. Yeah, so we're just under a litre a lap. It's only a 4-lap race, so I'm gonna jump in here and drop us down to 5 litres of fuel, and we will move on to qualifying. So yeah, I've been really enjoying this game. A lot of people don't seem to enjoy it. A lot of people have opinions on it, and that's fine. They're like arseholes. Most people have them. I'm one of those people that gets to share mine, and some people pay to look at it. And some of you are weirdos and pay extra. That you do you. But anyway, I have really enjoyed playing this game lately. It's done something with a video game that hasn't happened in quite a while. It's really captured my brain, and a couple of us on Discord have been having a lot of fun digging into how vehicles are put together, basically. How you can mod vehicles, how we can edit vehicles, get them to do different things. I'm running a custom livery. They're not showing up in here, but I have, for the MX-5, created a set of custom AI drivers that are based on patrons and YouTube channel members. Not yet got them showing up in the championships that I'm running, but that was a bit fun. And that spiraled into creating copies of base game vehicles and making mods of them. So that was a bit of work. The vehicles are a bit different to how farm sim vehicles are put together, and they make a lot of assumptions about how you name stuff and that kind of thing, and it was a bit of a process to get there. But once got there, and once between us we understood how it worked, yeah, it's kind of cool. So I have made a V8 MX-5. I've taken the V8 from the Morgan that's in the game because it sounds awesome, and it's one of my favorite cars to run. Partly because, you know, it's built in an area of the country that I used to live near, and it just sounds cool and it's a fun car. And I thought, what better thing to do, what more sensible car to make than a V8 MX-5. And so, yeah, I spent a day last week. I needed to distract my brain from stuff, and I spent a day turning that into a mod. And yeah, we'll see what happens with that, I guess. It's loud. Let's see what I said about talking and trying to drive. We are sat in pole, which is kind of nice. We'll see if that holds. It's loud. It's fast in a straight line. And that's about it. It's a nightmare to drive. I have put it in the track day class, so it's not in the MX-5 class because it didn't really feel fair. It also has adjustable aerodynamic, so that makes it sound funny. Adjustable front splitter and rear wings, which the standard one doesn't have. That was an education. Yeah, so I've been having a lot of fun with the game, not just playing the game, but playing with the data and understanding how the data works. Learning a bit about the game engine and stuff. Still a lot that I don't know, and there's still a lot where there isn't much information about. So yeah, how long are we going to have to wait for mods? I don't know. I mean, I don't know how the reduction in development staff will affect that or not, because it might be different people. I think, and I don't know if, how complicated it's going to be for folks to create mods from scratch, and what the rules are going to be with Giants for accepting mods, if they're going to be different to Farm Sim. With Farm Sim, they had quite strict rules about how different things had to be to stuff that was in the base game and things. So but anyway, I'm having a lot of fun playing the game. I would say, suck at the game. I have massive issues with consistency, but I kind of don't care because I'm enjoying it. I've not really stepped up a lot in the cars that I'm playing. I've driven some of the GTN cars, and they're a lot of fun. I think we'll leave quali there. Let's return to the pits. I've driven a lot of the Group N cars. They're quite good fun. I've done some mixed class racing. That's quite good fun. With bigger fields, like 30 car fields, that kind of thing, some longer races, that's quite good. It's pushed me to get better. But yeah, let's jump into the race and see how things go, shall we? Yeah, pretty good. Pretty happy with pole. So, let's load up the race and see how we get on. Do like the livery. I'm pretty proud of that. So, yeah, we won't bother looking at the grid. I will try, sir. I will try. I cannot promise anything at all. I'm not great at starts, so I've got better, but I'm not great. That was a tip I picked up somewhere, of basically holding it on the brakes. I don't think it works if you're not running the auto gearbox, but it works quite nicely if you're running auto gears, that you can essentially hold it at about 2000 RPM. It won't move on the brakes, and then you just, but I don't think it works with the manual gearbox. With the manual, the other option is you can, remember to brake still, sir, for corners. You can still make use of the clutch even if you're running the auto gearbox for the start. You can still use the clutch to do the starts. I like that approach. It works because I'm still using auto gear shifting on controller. The bits I've done on the wheel, I have been trying to use manual gears, just to get better. Realism is key and all that, folks. And yes, I know this way of going around the corner is really hard on the tyres. You will see that probably by the end of the 4 laps, my front left tyre will be pretty cooked, but it will survive. I've done some long races on this circuit. I think 30 laps was the longest, and I had to moderate my corner technique through that corner because I was cooking the front tyre. But if I needed pace to mainly recover from crashing, I could throw in a sequence of laps like that and recover some pace, some positions, and yeah, it does work. It does work. I don't know what the kind of recommended way to get around that bend is, but it does the job for me. So yeah. Anywho, what else have we got to chat about? The game is post the 1.5.1 update a little unstable. I have found my computer is a little unstable at the moment as well, because I've had to do some things to it. We'll talk about those in future videos if you're a regular viewer. I'm a little unstable at the moment. We'll talk about that in future videos if you're a regular viewer. Maybe if you're a Patreon, you know. I'm not trying to push people going to Patreon. I'm just saying that I've talked about it on there. So anywho, yeah, the game's a little unstable and it does occasionally randomly crash. In a single race weekend, that doesn't bother me massively because I'm just playing those to get better at the game. Really, in a career, it's an utter pain in the arse because the game doesn't really save your status. So this one, it'll be less of a problem because I've got a lot of cash. I'm running a separate career. I actually started playing it yesterday, and I've actually run into two problems with it. Two parts of the problem. If you're new here, you won't know. If you're not, you know. The first one is if you get into a race weekend and you're low on cash and then you crash, or the game crashes, you lose the entry fee and it doesn't consider you entered into the event, and you can get kind of locked. You can get kind of soft locked in your championship. The way I got around that is going into the save game and adding the money back in. And I've done that a couple of times. Now, the other problem I had is this version of the MX-5 that I'm running, I put in as a mod, not a livery, because I was being a bit lazy and it was easier. Liveries, yeah, anyway. So, and, oh, great, don't screw it up right at the end. Come on, focus. Yeah, and what I found is I had a crash in the menu, and when I went to load the save back up, it was saying that the mod was missing and I needed to reinstall it, but I could use the mod in a single race weekend or start a new career with it, and it was just fine. So the mod was there, but it thought it wasn't. So yeah, I don't know. So I just deleted it and started again. But that was a real frustration. I could have probably done some XML work to recover that, but anyway, we win. And that's why this video was called Redemption, which was what I was planning to call it if I didn't fuck up. So yes, 1.1 seconds a lap quicker, or for best lap quicker. We held from pole through. We earned $16,000 dues. Not bad, eh? I'm not sure how damaged the car is even. And I've learned we can check only $500 of damage on the car as well. Pretty nice, and we are now up to third place in the championship. That's not bad, is it? I will take that. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this video, folks. Content's probably going to be somewhat sporadic going forward for the next maybe week. You might find out in a farm sim video if you're a regular viewer. I might ramble about it in there. I don't know. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that, and I will catch you all in the next one.